Hello there, I'm Rick. You're watching Programmer and Parent. I'm here to help you connect to your kid playing computer games. And hopefully let's together help your kid level up the work that matters so they can live a life of their passion. Today I want to talk to you about the Infinite game and the Finite game that surrounds everything around us. But let's start inside their gaming. Whatever play they're playing right now, it's tournaments, it's matches, it's multiplayer quests, there's all sorts of game windows. They're starting the game, they're stopping the game, they're playing with friends, not with friends. It's so many ways to explore game windows. You know, that alternative cost. What are you doing with the next hour? And what could you gotten if you've invested that hour and that effort into something else? That's a really important choice to make again and again. But we can start talking about what are you doing in these games. And you might say, I don't know. So start there. Help them see what is the game window there in their game. A great guy called James Cars wrote a great book, I think it was 1986, called Infinite and Finite Games. He was talking about sports and other things, but it so much applies to computer gameplay as well. I totally recommend you to read it, but you're not going to get your kid to read it, I'm quite sure. But invite them to dance and talk to you about it. And what kind of talk are we talking about then? When a finite game is, once again, let's talk about the tournament. You have a few finite games that brings you towards the tournament. You have a rule set that is rigid throughout the tournament. You really don't want to get surprises. So you understand the rules and you know, I have this 4 to 5 minutes that I want to stay focused on getting things done. You can apply that training into other activities. Pomodoro at work, that's a technique that you can mimic. Well, this is what you should do. You should really train to be able to focus for 4 to 5 minutes and get the work done. Even if it's a match in a computer game or if it's studying or whatever it might be, because it's the same brain executing. You really want your brain to be able to focus, or at the gym. But also the finite game has a definite ending where things will get evaluated if you're leveling up, but you're probably still within a finite game if you're playing finite games. Like a tournament is also a finite game. But you also have the infinite game, which is what happens when your friends stop playing the game and they're gone, and your skills, your awesomeness, or your kid's awesomeness in this game doesn't really matter because no one's playing that game anymore. That's when you invest your assets, your effort, your skills, your knowledge into that thing so you can level up in the next game, that you can bring to the next game. Tactics, communication with friends, stuff like that is probably transcending beyond games. That's the infinite game. And something that might help you, it's helped me a lot, is Warren Buffett said, if you think about reputation as something that takes 20 years to build and just a moment to ruin, you will do business and life differently. That's really, really a good definition of the finite game. What's going on here right now? Who do I want to be and what do I want to be known for? Versus the infinite game. The repetitions that always precedes us. And that applies to a match as well, because what really, really matters, and if we're going to talk real life for your kid, is what effort are they investing right now that they will be thankful they invested 5 years from now? What asset is your kid building right now that matters in 5 years? Or are they just having fun? Extremely important to have fun state of play. I love fun, don't get me wrong, but intentionally being aware. Am I just having fun? Am I playing within a game window right now, a finite game, where I'm on the clock, or I'm on whatever it is I'm measured against to deliver? And what matters? What is it for, this game I'm playing right now? In the infinite game, probably you are playing an infinite game with your kid. You want your kid to be happy most of their life. You want your kid to be successful most of their life. You want your kid to be healthy most of their life. Once again, there will be ups and downs in it, but you want that. You will see speed bumps where they see huge steps, because you're more senior than them. Help them see the infinite game. That is so important. Not betting everything into one basket and hoping that's going to deliver, but what actually are you leveling up inside that basket that really is a win or lose, a fail or a succeed? But also, what are your skills or other things are you building that you can bring on to the next effort investment that you're doing? Fueling your infinite game, fueling your reputation as a streamer, fueling your reputation on this platform you're in right now, YouTube, building knowledge that's going to work on for different sorts of jobs and whatever it is. Help them see, well, this will matter long term. This will be something, and infinite is really, really hard when I'm talking about kids. I have a problem understanding infinite too. But 5 years from now, how much of your time and effort, sweat, tears, and adrenaline, because it's scary, how much of that are we investing right now to level up something that will really help us 5 years from now? And no, listen to your kid. If they say, I'm waiting to be picked by that team, or I'm waiting to be found by that whatever, or I'm hoping this is going to pay off eventually, ask them to make a smaller game window. Ask them, well, what can you do this weekend? So you start to train that or evaluate that. Help them see how I can make incremental level ups while hoping to be part of that team, while hoping to do that. And it doesn't have to be inside the game itself. Could also be applying for, say, game design awards. It's a lot of competitions going on online where you don't have to be a programmer or an artist creating wonderful art. You can actually submit, say, a game idea with a drawing or with, building puzzles and then taking a photograph, saying this is a game idea. So then once again, they might not win that tournament or that competition, but by applying with an idea, independent on format, independent if it's a full game, as a prototype with levels and everything, or if it's just a sketch on a paper, or if it's something in between, they're learning skills. By understanding, well, I do have a deadline and I do have whatever it is, rules, that they're learning things they will have benefit of when it's time for a real life game window. And they're probably going to be a bit nervous for applying for that too, or trying to, whatever it is they're trying to achieve. So help them see when are we just playing for fun, for satisfying our curiosity, or just hanging out with friends. When are you playing a finite game where you're actually either voluntarily to level up, saying, I have a deadline, I really am going to train this, and ignore the rest so I can evaluate on Tuesday. Or when are they playing the infinite games, which might be relationships, connecting to the people that matter, which might be health. It's an infinite game. It's really, really important we don't forget and sacrifice during the finite games and stuff like that. And take a look at your own as well. When are you following deadlines, sacrificing the wrong things? Share some failures of your own where you didn't really think about the finite game and things changed. And when the date came and the door shut because you weren't paying attention. You thought you had more time, but you weren't paying attention to the rules of that finite game. It's all around us, not just in computer games, but it's everywhere. And it's really, really important that we teach our kids to lead through this change and understand the game we're playing. So thank you so much for listening or taking time to watch this, depending on how you consume this. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.